Okay, you guys, today topic I'm going to talk about basketball wise and the whole situation with colorism that OG has claimed, right? So, my thoughts on that. Hmm, I feel that, well, this is Basketball Wives, season 9. It started off on season 8 with the whole colorism thing at the reunion. And then now, I think it's been a year since they came back. So, a year they came back, and OGs still talking about colorism, right? So, it's two houses, House A, House, House A, and House B, right? So, you have House A, of course, you have Shaunie, Evelyn, Malaysia. Supposed to be Phoebe, but I think she's quarantined because she got the virus, or they have to quarantine. She's been exposed, something like that. But anyway, so she's not there. But so you have Evelyn, Shawnee, Malaysia, the new girl Liza, that's Lamar Odom's baby mama, and I think that and Christian. So House B, you have Jackie, Jennifer, OG, and I think they're going to. Oh, and did I say Jennifer? Yeah. And I think they're going to invite like two. Well, they did invite two new girls that Jackie knew them, whatever. So anyway, so it's been basically what you've seen. So, well, the ratings are crap. So a lot of people meant what they say when they say they weren't going to support the show any longer because of Evelyn and Shawnee in the way they basically treated OG, right? So a lot of people may have watched the show and was like realized that she was being treated unfairly. Here's my opinion on the situation, because they're still not filming with her. Well, OG already did an interview with Storm Monroe and said that 4 people didn't film with her, but 2 came around. So we know Christian and Malaysia now. It's episode 4. They've came around and they're talking to her. 2 other people. We already know Evelyn's not going to film with her because she's in fear for her life. And then you already know, well, now we know, I had known for a while that it was Shawnee because Shawnee actually did an interview and said that she hadn't seen her the whole entire time in filming. So that means they didn't film together. So the 2 other people is Evelyn and Shawnee. I'm pretty sure it's Evelyn. We know for a fact it's Shawnee because she said it in the interview. So my take is this. Why is OG being treated like the worst person ever, right? Do I think colorism got some to it? Let me get into it. Okay. So first and foremost, I believe that they treated her that way. This is what I believe. I believe Cece was supposed to be the target. However, there's someone in the way. OG. Cece's supposed to be the target because she's seen as meek, weak, and all of that. So that's why she was supposed to be the target, right? Everyone picking at her, the family situation, Malaysia taking Christian's side, and she's acting like she's in the middle when she's not. She's favored towards Christian. And then you got Evelyn picking at her. You got Shawnee being fake, laughing behind her back, talking trash. So you got all of that. It's, it's a mess. They were supposed to target Cece, but OG, who's Cece now friend, kept basically having her back. So I think that was a problem right there in terms of trying to produce the type of show that they're used to producing, which is everybody just ganging up on one person, or everybody just don't like one person and everyone's on the same accord. It wasn't working out. They had a strong force, and Cece had a strong force by her side by the name of OG. I think they were getting tired of OG interfering, blase blase. I think that Christian in the collective try to give OG a way out by revealing old information and saying, hey, she was talking about you, by the way. That was meant to either bring OG on their side or move her to the side. OG didn't fell for it. OG still ride for her girl. She didn't like it. You could tell she was disappointed. but they weren't friends, and she still rocked with her. Fast forward, Evelyn, Miss Aggressive, um, had a well. It started with Cece stood up to Evelyn. So Cece stood up to Evelyn. Evelyn didn't like that, so they all went back to the witches. They all went back to their coven and basically talk about how they're gonna get her back, and it's gonna be and Evelyn saying she's gonna beat her up, and Shaunie's like, Evelyn, no, you're not gonna touch her. Evelyn, don't, Evelyn, you so crazy. And Malaysia was in on it too. Now, meanwhile, she's supposed to be famous. Malaysia's in on it, laughing and all. Fast forward, they came. Okay, we supposed to have a talk, Christian and OG, one on one. They said one on one. OG was minding her business. She was going to the table getting something to eat. Malaysia was at the table, Evelyn was at the table, and Shaunie was at the table. I think Phoebe was the only one that was nearby them, and they so happened to talk by Phoebe. So, Evelyn's pacing back and forth, jittery like a crackhead, moving back and forth like she on drugs or something. She can't keep still. Oh, I'm gonna get her. So she walk over. Boom. Malaysia, boom, walks over. So then, OG said, mm-mm. And she walks over to watch out for her girl. Then all of a sudden, Shaunie wanted to say something. Miss Shaunie, oh, nigga. All of a sudden, she had something to say. So Shaunie was like, OG, what are you gonna do now? OG, why are you going over there? So OG pretty much interrupted that moment. That moment was supposed to be about Evelyn attacking Cece. It didn't work out that way. If you notice, when Cece just said, I'm done with this, I'm not discussing with you anymore, Christian. Cece walked away. Evelyn chased her down. Jackie, if you look closely, Jackie was like, no. Christian, stop her. Let them go. Let them go. I was trying to stop her. OG ran behind Evelyn. No, you're not. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. So then Evelyn ran up behind Cece with this stick. So she got close enough to touch Cece. Cece did like that, and then OG grabs her, and then she went Tumbelina in the grass. And if you look closely, Evelyn tried to get up, and she stumbled back down because she got a bad knee. Like, she's pretty, but she's getting up there. I think she's 45 years old. It's still young, but, she ain't as young as you may think she is. So anyway, now they mad. Now the gaslighting begins. Malaysia, it's like you don't want them to talk. It's like you don't want them to be cool. You want this. No, boo-boo. OG said, no, you the one who's going to let her get cracked upside her skull. You don't know what my intentions are. That's Malaysia, her dumb self. You don't know what my intentions are. I know you ain't got a brain. She just fake. She has no brain. She talks like a 6-year-old or something, or like she kind of slowed that one. Bless her heart. But anyway, so they mad. Now Evelyn's, she's mad because Evelyn like to deal with her situations like this. She's gonna argue with you down. If you talk back or raise your voice, she's going to attack you. She did it with Jennifer. She did it, try to do it with Cece. She did it with other castmates from the past. She did it with Royce because she thought she can beat Royce. I think Royce would have beat her up. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. That's just how she rolls. She can't do that with OG. OG can hang with her with the arguing and put her to shame. What's her next step? She usually fight or throw a drink. She's not gonna do that because she know OG can beat her up. So she is embarrassed. She's mad. She's mad. She's patting her. So OG says, Ocho Cinco wanted me though. We all remember that. Then fast forward, she tried to come with receipts because she's still reaching out to her so-called abuser that headbutt her. She's still reaching out to her abuser. And so now her abuser set her up for shame. OG had the real receipts. And so she was embarrassed. Her ego was bruised. She was mad and hurt that someone that is black, dark-skinned, African features, and she's Latina, can pull Chad, and Chad will still desire that dark-skinned girl with African features that you call a monkey, or try to insinuate is a monkey, and that she's so ugly. But Ocho Cinco wanted her. She was embarrassed in that moment. She was mad at him. Trust me, she was mad at him and pissed that this woman pretty much put her to shame in front of her little posse. Fast forward, Now she can't have dinner. This is season 8. She can't have dinner with them. Why? Shaunie's tell Jackie because people are in fear for their safeties. But everyone was present and available to watch Evelyn try to shame this girl. So y'all can play this game like we can come around you when we want to. But when we don't want you around, we gonna do the whole we fear for our safety. Why when she's never put her hands on someone? Colorism. That plays a role into it. That's why it's happening. She's light skinned. She's racially ambiguous. She can behave in a certain way, and it's just seen as, oh, it's a moment. It's oh, there, Evelyn. But if OG just says boo, all of a sudden everybody pissing their drawers up. Okay, so now fast forward to the reunion. They played your girl again, like OG said. They looking like they gonna play your girl. She can't sit with everybody. Why is that? You saw in the dressing room, Shaunie and Evelyn punked behind. Yep, she's saying she's gonna break people's jaw. It's definitely a safety issue. They using word like aggressive, and the way they were talking, you could tell that they didn't want her on the show, but they don't want her to get jobs. Period. In the entertainment world, they're trying to throw those keywords out so people won't hire her for nothing. So they're trying to destroy and break this dark-skinned black woman. And I remember, I never used the word colorist because I'm gonna be honest with you, I never heard of the word. I never used it before. But I remember in that moment felt like, why are they acting like white racist women? Why are they acting like that? Why are they using that white racist tactic that if you watch Big Brother, you know what I'm talking about. Because they do that on Big Brother all the time. Oh, she's aggressive. This one's aggressive. Oh, this one's aggressive. And even they know, black players, I can't say this or I can't defend myself because then they're going to say I'm aggressive. It's sad. I shouldn't even be supporting Big Brother, just to be honest with you. I really shouldn't. I feel guilty about it, and I might need to stop that. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it's addictive. It really is. It's hard. I should stop watching it though because yeah. But anyway, so fast forward, the girls get their way. So OG wasn't having it. Cece stood by her friend saying she's not going to film. Cece didn't want to film anyway. She tired of them damn girls. So anyway, OG came back because she didn't want them to tell a story, and God knows they was going to tell a story, honey. But anyway, so OG came back and told her side, and she said she believes it's colorism. I do believe it is. And my major issue, I haven't seen. Of course, we don't see everything because we weren't there and it's edit and whatnot. God knows what all she experienced, but we know that she was treated unfairly. And one could say is because it was just favoritism, this or that, or they didn't get along. There's other people that they didn't get along with. They didn't really do them like that on that level. But let me tell you what it is. Overall, I think Shaunie, especially Evelyn, they Evelyn ego was bruised and she was embarrassed and she just didn't like this woman and she wanted her gone. This girl is stealing her thunder. This girl is making her embarrassed. She might be a threat in terms, it might be a fan favorite soon. The clapbacks was on point, honey. Okay, she just got her. She rolled her in the grass. All of that. That's what it was. Evelyn didn't want her in because her ego was bruised. She can't handle OG. None of them can. So you know what she did, and what Shaunie did, and what they, Malaysia, and the rest of them supported. They supported this racially ambiguous light-skinned woman to use that race card because that's what it came down to. This dark-skinned girl with strong African features, she is a threat. She is aggressive. Even though she's never hit anyone or beat anyone up or throw a drink or throw a bottle like Miss Latina Evelyn over here, we should have her in a different location. She can't sit and eat with us, but we can come around her and bring receipts to shame her and then dip back out. So one minute you Miss Afro Latina, Miss my daughter. Yeah, I'm Evelyn, my daughter. Don't talk about my daughter. You can do all of that. But then play the victim role again. You can chuck bottles at people because you're light skinned and racially ambiguous. And it's just seen as, it's just a moment. There, Evelyn. You can behave that way. But if OG says boo or defends herself or even just say, I'll beat you up, girl, I'll crack your jaw. Okay, so what? She ain't doing it. And y'all know she's not going to do it because let's just be very clear. If y'all really believe OG doesn't have restraint, y'all wouldn't be doing that girl the way y'all did her. Y'all did her wrong. Y'all gaslight that girl. I never seen gaslight like that in my entire life. The way y'all gaslight that girl, it was ridiculous. But let's be mindful. They use that white racist lady tactic. The same way officers say, "Oh, I was in fair." Well, in fair, what did they do other than be black? I was in fair. Oh, I'm in fair. She can't film with us. Oh, I'm in fair. She just. Oh, I don't feel comfortable. She's aggressive. We don't feel safe. I mean, come on now. Hold on, y'all. There's somebody at the door. Okay.
Well, it showed up perfect. Thank
No
you so
problem.
much.
All right. My bad, y'all. I'm back. I had to mess up my doggone thing. Anyway, where was I? But yeah, they using that whole OG. You know what I'm saying? Like the dark skin. If you watch Big Brother, you know what I'm talking about. The white folks do that to black people all the time. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It happens all the time. The cops do it. This is a little deeper, but it's still because of the way you look. Oh, I thought you were a threat. You know, oh my God. So that's why I shot you. And I just feel like it's what they do in the OG. And the more I think about it, the more I get irritated. It's race. It's because of her dark skin. It can't be because of nothing else. You could have just said, I don't like her. We don't vibe with her. She's what I don't know something. But don't sit up in here and try to make it seem like because she's aggressive. And please miss me with that. Um, oh, she brought my abuser up. You brought your own abuser up in your face because you choose to deal with the kids. You choose. So now because he set you up and played you and you played yourself up, even believing the man that he would give you the actual receipts. Child, please. If there was messages going between them, trust and believe he was entertaining and he was the first one who hit up her first. But anyway, that's not here nor there. I don't want to talk about that. Girl, bye. You tried it with that situation, but that's my view on the situation. They don't like her. They can't handle her. They can't use her. She's not your typical uh, the girl that they bring in that they usually weak or you can boss them around. You can't do that with her. And for the way they want it to be set up, it's always kind of like someone has to get picked up on, or the outsider girls, you know, let's pick on them. You can't do that with her. So they just want to replace her with another weak one. I promise you, that's what they want to do. And but what I'm saying is, you don't have to like everybody, but please don't be sister girl, Miss Latina, Shaunie. Y'all don't be all we for black this, but then you using that because you know how society how it is. I always tell people it's black. Our parents didn't just raise us. White man through the TV raised us as well. Okay, so we do things subconsciously. Do I think Evelyn is consciously and Shaunie? No, subconsciously they're doing it, but they're still doing it, and it still has an effect, and it still makes for a bad experience for someone like OG. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion on the situation. We've been going on for like 18 minutes. Um, that's my view on it. There is colorism, there's futurism going involved, and Malaysia, please stop because we know you stupid, and every chance you you prove to us time and time again that there's no evolving when it comes to your brain. Like just listening to you, I feel like my brain cells are just dying. I used to really like Malaysia, but now she's just want to be up Shawnee and them Ras. And it's just annoying. And it's just obvious what she's doing to her. Christian, they all did what they needed to do to be within that. You know what I mean? But it's getting crazy, y'all. I'm gonna keep covering it, y'all. I'm watching because of OG. That's it, really. To be honest with you, I'm hoping that they can use this as a moment to start up a conversation and just talk about uh, the damage of how racism, what that does to the black people. You know what I mean? What does that do when they talk to us through the TV? You know, what are we taking in, and then how do we spill that over into our community and harm each other? You know what I'm saying? What traits are we taking on from the white man, our fathers? Mm-hmm. Because they're raising us through the TV too. And if you ain't woke, you're going to continue to let your kids be raised by the mother suckers. And we need to stop that because they can now just sit back and watch us do their dirty work because we do it to each other. We really do. We do it to each other. We say things and do things, and it gets deeper, y'all. They need to have a real conversation. It really gets deeper. But yeah, it's, of course they use that white racist lady tactic to try to to isolate her and to get her away, and she has to be in a whole different location because this Afro Latina light skinned and racially ambiguous woman feels like her life is threatened. Meanwhile, she's the most violent reality star ever, minus the Bad Girls Club. But she is the most violent. She's right up there, and I just don't get it. OG has never hit anyone, so I don't understand. But anyway, that's my opinion on that. Colorism does exist on our show. I'm pretty sure there's more that go on that we didn't see. Um, it looks like OG gonna be by herself on it still, because you could tell. I think Jackie wants to protect the show in the franchise. That's what I believe. I don't think she is. We know Jackie, according to her daughter, she has favorites with her light skinned and dark skinned daughter. So maybe she don't want to face her own demons and come to the table and be real about it. But I do think she want to protect the show and want everybody to be together. Um, but yeah, we'll talk about it more. But that's all I really wanted to touch on today. That's it. 21 minutes. I'm done. See y'all later. This is, I usually do mukbangs, but I'm going to be talking about pop culture a lot. So stay tuned. This is my first video. Stay tuned.